Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Final Fantasy XIV reaction. Today we have Give It All as requested by Crosslancer. Big shocker, it was Crosslancer and my executive producers who wanted me to listen to this one. He did also tell me that this is apparently the sister of the person who had Showtime as their theme, so I'm at least aware of that. It's been a while since I've heard Showtime. I did not re-listen to it beforehand, but I think I'll remember it if there's a motif in here, so I guess we'll have to find out. Without further ado, let's go! Oh! She looks just like her brother. Yeah, okay. I can definitely see the resemblance. Straightforward rock. Love to hear it. All the furries go wild. One of those songs that you just can't help but listen to and enjoy. Like on its own, it's just kind of a good track. I think I would put this in the same category as like the Ruby soundtrack. Like surprisingly good music. And just kind of, you know, similar vibe with like Casey Lee Williams and everything vocally. I think I'm just gonna get stuck listening to this and enjoying it and not saying much. Ooh, all right. I didn't expect the build up here. Go right into the chorus. Ooh, kind of a halftime switch up there. The big crowd chant, like flair that they add for this. Great for an arena theme. Perfect for something like this. I actually really like that switch up to the dance beat on the last part. Again, this is just really solid, straightforward rock and roll. A little bit punky maybe, but like, I would call this straightforward rock. I don't know if there's like really a subgenre I would put this one into. Maybe alt. I could see alt being the closest thing, in my opinion. I love the bump up on this one. The energy lift for the chorus is just chef's kiss. I think this is one of those times where the lack of like excessive energy kind of helps out. Usually I want more, but I think this one balances it out really well. We're done. You gonna get the fade out here? She just leaves. Okay. Usually you see them fail and they're like, ah. All right, so when it comes down to the theory of this song, it's a pretty straightforward rock song, as I was kind of saying the entire reaction. That doesn't mean there's nothing to talk about. It just means that the song itself is a little bit more simple, but in the best way. So like for this one, we get a classic chord progression for rock, which is G minor, E flat, and F. And basically we just end up getting... and we just kind of go around with that. There is a lot of B flat in here. There's, I think, an A minor in here, but it's mostly actually A flat there for like that lift up. That is a very prominent like chord progression in all of metal and rock, and I'm sure that you heard that exact one in this song. It's most of the song, but that's also why it's kind of surprisingly deceptively simple. That's just how rock is. When it comes to rock, the easiest things are often the most flexible. You have a lot more room to go and grow, and it's a lot of stuff like G minor is an interesting one because it hinges on a lot of different options. It's surrounded by a lot of useful chords. For example, let's just play the G minor, right? This chord alone adds so much flexibility to this song. We have the G, the B flat, and the D just in the triad here, and this is a super useful grouping of chords. The G and the D allow for basically the entirety of the white keys to be utilized because that's connecting so many different things on this song and so many different things in this key. So with the B flat, it's kind of similar. It's a hinge for a lot of other variations like this right here because you're having notes that are related to other chords within that. The B flat is super flexible, it's super useful. So when you open up that note, you have a lot more stuff to borrow from that plays into itself. Having a lot of different options to take. You could go down there, for example. I don't think that was in this song, but just to show you, there's a lot you can use by just hinging on that like middle chord or any of the like dominant notes, hell, even the subdominants. They are super useful for all of this stuff to just be abused, frankly, and this song takes full advantage of that in the most simplified ways. This is why I said it was kind of deceptively simple earlier, because all of rock and metal does that. They like to have this room to move. They need that room to move for things like guitar solos, for example. Lots of scales. You know, you want to be able to have as much free range without making the song feel off at any point. And having a chord like the G minor, that opens up like probably 75% of all chords, basically right there, as long as you use them in the right spot. You can always modulate stuff and add more stuff if you really want to get spicy with it. But if you want it simple, something like the G minor opens up everything without having to push it into a weird direction. It's a very nice open pathway to these sorts of progressions, and you can just go wherever you want to. We did even go down to C in this one, and maybe even C minor, so there's even more. Again, all of these add to the flexibility of this key and why this song felt so good for as simple as it was. And just in general, I think this is one of the better written Arcadian songs I've heard. I've heard a lot of them at this point, and I don't think any any of them are like notably awful in any way, shape, or form, but some are definitely a little bit less luster than other ones. Some just do not have that like punchy wow factor that I really look for when I'm listening to anything, even if the song doesn't necessarily have a punchy quality to it. Just being a good song, a well-written, a well-composed track has that punchiness to it. It's like, oh man, this just works. This song just kind of works. The vocalist, very, very good vocalist. The general composition of it, again, just simple but extremely effective and very flexible. You can do anything you want with it. So it's just kind of a stars align moment with this song. Everything just works here and now, and it fits super well for the character, the tone of this fight. I think it just fits everything, and I think that's another factor to it as well. There's been a few times where I've heard the song and I'm like, this doesn't seem like it fits the character as much as I think they were hoping it was going to, or just the vibe of however their fight plays out. Whatever that case is, there's just something that always throws me off when it comes to an iffy song in the Arcadian series. And for this one, I got none of that. It started great, started strong, ended just as strong. So I've really got no other like negative notes about this one. It's just a fucking good track. And this could totally pass on radio, you know, like it would just be played and people would be like, hey, that's a new band. Nobody would really think about it or know where it came from. So it just has that quality to it that's super marketable and friendly to the ear in general, and I think it just works really well. But I think I'm done yapping about this one, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you have another song you want me to get to, by all means, drop in the comments below. Doesn't matter if it's from Final Fantasy or not. It could be from anything you want. Or if you want to guarantee something, much like Costanza did for this one, you can always go to my Patreon, and if I have the tier open, you can guarantee something out of me. It doesn't matter what it's from, who it's by, if it's good or bad, none of that matters. That's why it's a guarantee. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!